I'm back. Been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know if I'm hyped or if I'm tired. I don't care. Doesn't matter. I come to play. It's not a game. And I gotta get at people. I get at people what they want. And what the people want today is more about graphing lines. So go ahead and write this on your paper. More about graphing lines. Boom. So, first off, talk about graphing horizontal and vertical lines. Okay? Sometimes, so this is picking up from the last video. What's all these hand movements? See, I'm hyped. So, sometimes they give you a line to graph and it's not going to be in y equals mx plus b form. Alright? We already know that the regular form says y equals mx plus b. So it looks like this, right? Y equals 2/3 x plus 6. You know how to graph this. But sometimes you just get a line. So sometimes you will graph a line with only one variable. It's not how you spell variable. Variable. Okay? So for example, you get something like 5x equals negative 20. Or 2y equals 14. Okay? Sometimes you got to graph lines that look like this. I clearly cannot put this type of an equation in y equals mx plus b form because this only has an x variable. There is no y variable. So what do? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I'm hyped. This is good. 3 o'clock in the morning is good. Everybody wants to be hanging out since 3 in the morning. This is how we do it. Who needs sleep? Alright? Anyway, so here's what you do. If you have a line, an equation of a line with only one variable, solve for the variable. Okay? First. Secondly, graph 2 points on that variable's axis that are equal to the variable. So what am I talking about? Okay? Let's do a nice big example. So for example, let's say I get 2x equals negative 6, and they ask you to graph it. Okay? So, you solve for that variable, divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals negative 3. This is what I need. So, go ahead and draw an x and y axis. This is my y axis, this is my x axis. Here is negative 3 on the x-axis. I put 1 point at negative 3 on the x-axis. I put the second point also anywhere else that corresponds with negative 3 at the x-axis. So I could put it here, 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 I could put it here. All of these points line up with negative 3 on the x-axis, which means here is my line for negative 3, x equals negative 3. That line right there. Because all of these points line up with negative 3 on the x-axis. Can't get much easier than that. Let's do another one. Next one says 3y plus 2 equals 11. Again, I only have one variable, y, so I'm going to solve for that variable. Minus 2, 3y equals 9. Divide by 3, divide by 3, y equals 3. So now I'm going to graph the equation of a line where y equals 3. Okay? So let me go ahead and do that. Draw myself an x and y axis. You go ahead and graph what you think this should be before I do. Hopefully you just did that. It says y equals 3, so let me go to 3 on the y axis. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a point there.